Yo, check this out, right? This is ASAP Rocky, and I just want to say, fuck Hard Knock TV. Fuck them, okay? I don't even like these. But first of all, these two niggas is ugly as fuck, right? And you gotta use that, bro. All right, yo, this is ASAP Rocky, man. Shout outs to Hard Knock TV. We out here, ASAP.
Let's take it to the basis. You and them Mr. Greatness. My Martin was the Mason. Rock Margellas with no laces. Cristal go by the cases. Wait, hold up, that was racist. I would prefer the aces. Ain't no different when you chase it.
The term Harlem to Soho is something that I've heard in a couple of interviews and stuff. What does that mean to you?
That's the only two places where ASAP really came from. Born, chilled together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we live here, we chill here. Every day we gotta go to both. So that's all it is. And the influences, it spills into each other. We bring Harlem swag to Soho, we bring Soho swag to Harlem. Unfortunately, Soho is really a gay area, so you know, we go to a heterosexual neighborhood where it's not cool to be gay at all. And we got on these tight jeans and shit. Motherfuckers used to get it twisted, and that's where ASAP got their reputation, because we used to fight a lot. Not to say we used to win every fight, but we definitely used to brawl a lot, just because dudes sometimes used to try to test. Now, you had your dudes who used to be like, I wouldn't wear that, but I get it, and I respect you, and I know where you got it from. That's some shit right there. Like, I respect that, you know what I'm saying? Then you had your dudes, I don't know what that is, I don't know the brand, I bet it's a lot of money, he's getting a lot of girls, fuck him, he's gay, you a faggot. And we used to have to fight for that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just for that. And we made it cool. I kicked down the door for kids that's my age, older and younger, to be able to wear Jeremy Scott sneakers, rips in their jeans, and not feel gay. Because that's what, you know, society of the urban community tries to portray, that if you do certain things like, you know, snug fashion, high-end fashion, other things that's not really in the criteria of the small state of mind of the urban community, you're gay. Different is gay. You know, weird is gay, where they come from. But they're slowly learning, because of a guy named ASAP Rocky, that shit ain't gay, that's just different. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gay. I'm a heterosexual man. I never been gay in a day of my life, no blood. I used to be homophobic, but as I got older, I realized that wasn't the way to do things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't discriminate against anybody for their sexual preference, for their skin color. That's immature, you know? Not only that, not only do I know the difference between that, but I'm wise enough to know that that's just stupid and wrong, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to spread that on to everybody. Yo, you don't have to worry about what he's doing. Like, if he's gay, that's his business. Why does it matter? Are you gay? Why do you care? You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about gay people. I don't give a fuck about straight people. Do what the fuck? That's none of my business. I don't care. Like, it don't matter to me. I'm getting bitches, and I'm getting money. And, you know, not to get into my hip-hop form, but that's just what it is, okay? And I'm just trying to set the bar that you can do what the fuck you want to do, because the world is yours. Disregard the loud ladies walking past. I'm just playing, ladies. You can do whatever you want. The world is yours. And I'm telling the young cats of our generation, don't discriminate against anybody, because we're all one generation. And that's some important shit, yo. I mean, who would have thought a ghetto kid with gold teeth and French braids from the hood would be in Vogue and GQ on the same month, at the same time, about the same shit? Who would have ever thought Interview magazine would have did an 8-page spread? Who would have ever thought Complex magazine a cover with a gay designer, Jeremy Scott, which was an idol of mine because I admired his fashion and I admired his art since late teen. Who would have thought I would have did that? You know why? Because I didn't let the negativity hold me back. And that's what's holding y'all back, negativity, man. Straight up.
That's real.
Don't give a fuck what nobody say. Do what feels right to you. You know who you are. Do you. Know who you are and be you, and I'm me. I'm happy being me. Feel good to be me right now, man. Straight up.
Yo, bitch, she said I'm hot. Man, I told her I agree. She gon' really think I'm hot if I told her my degrees. Pull up in that hard top, showing off my keys. Graduate school of hard knocks. I could show you my degrees.
Take us back a little bit. I read some stuff about your childhood that at one point you, your mom, your sister were
in homeless
shelters.
Yes.
Are there any memories that kind of like stick out? You're like,
yeah, I used to walk around. It was on 104th and Broadway. I was in middle school at the time. I was in Booker T. Washington over on 107th and Columbus Avenue. And you know, I used to live into a homeless shelter, and my friends used to be like, yo, we coming over, and I used to be like, I can't have company, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in trouble, like, I gotta do my homework. I was a little embarrassed as a kid, you know, but I rejoiced it and I embraced what that is because it made me who I am today, because that was really hard for me back then, you know. Being like kind of like exposed to that kind of lifestyle is crazy, you know, because after that, that's when you get into selling drugs. You get into, the only way for kids, like seriously, like the good kids try to go to barbershops, sweep up hair for money, and that's just chump change. But when barbershops tell you no after you went to a 100-block radius to try to find a fucking job just to support your lunch meal habit, you know what I'm saying? And maybe a cool couple of movies after school sometimes with your friends, you know, that just petty shit like that. You know, you can't find a job. What is your ultimatum? You gotta, you know, do what you gotta do. And you don't think twice about it when you come from where I come from. That's why I know what they've been through, and I understand the struggles. And that's why when you guys, you know, not you, but when people can't fathom the reason why people, really young cats, really connect with me, because a lot of them are in the same circumstances where they're misunderstood, where they got to make ill choices, where they want to do certain things but they can't do certain things because things are holding them back, like finances, judgment, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of people want to dress like me, but they can't because they don't have the financial, you know, status to do it. They can't do it, you know what I'm saying? And that's when you got to figure out what's right for you, you know what I mean? And, you know, just because that's my thing, you know, even if it is your thing, you know, figure it out, do what you got to do, you know? I did what I did, and I made it in a positive way, and I feel like anybody could do it, straight up.
Fuck swaggin', you been jacking. Fuck fly, I am fashion. Tryna cop that Benz wagon. My bitch driving, my friends crash it. Niggas threat with the chit chatting. See a nigga, don't shit happen. I'm finna blow and that been Latin, so talk money, kick Latin.
Let's talk about your older brother. I read somewhere that, well, after his death, that you got real serious into rapping. Is that true?
He got me into hip hop. Like, he was the reason. He was beating on the table. He taught me how to rap. And, you know, when he died, I was mad at God. I thought, you know, I was mad at God. I was mad at God. I'm like, why would you do this to me? Because, you know, he was my only role model, my biggest influence. I just wanted to be like my brother. My brother had these. Yeah, this was how his hair was. He was just a little lighter, and, you know, he used to get the girls, his swagger, everything, his demeanor. Subconsciously, I just was imitating my big brother. I just wanted to be him. You know, and when he died, I just was rebellious, and then for some reason, that just brought me and God's relationship together more. I started praying more, God reached out more, and God has blessed me. And I think, like, my brother's up there making something happen right now, because this is incredible. How do you sell out a tour without an album out, like a commercial album? I put out one mixtape my whole life, and I'm selling out shows overseas. Daft Punk and Mace and Martin Margiela smoking weed with me on my tour bus and coming to after parties, talking about they're fans of mine. Like, that's incredible to me, and it's a blessing, and I feel so happy, and I'm humble enough to say that I'm fans of that shit too, man. You know what I mean? Like, I want people from other worlds to be able to relate, because I want to show that just because you're white and you come from a good home, there's a lot of things that we got in common, trust me. Just because you're Asian and you never knew how to speak English and you came from Barcelona, or, you know, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Wait, Barcelona, that's in Spain. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm talking about Bangkok. Where's that at? Thai. What about China? What's a good place? Where did they shoot the Karate Kid shit at? Fucking Shanghai or fucking whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just because you Chinese motherfucker, and, you know, there's a lot of shit you can relate to, and that's what Wu-Tang did. They never been to China. You know, I'm not from Houston, but you can't tell me that I didn't adapt to the Houston culture. I embrace it, and I respect it, and I love it. And that's all it is. I cherish it, and I respect people. I'm a spiritual person, and I just want to spread that amongst just our generation. I want to encourage everybody to have an interracial relationship, so that by the time our next generation is up, there will be no racism left.
I'm sitting high, I'm tipping slow, I'm Texas trail, but in and wild, we spit it slow.
I hear that. Speaking of Houston, what was your first intro into Houston music? Because obviously it has.
I mean, Ghetto Boys, of course, you know. But as far as screw music, you know, Screwed Up Click, Swisher House, and all that other stuff, you know, R.I.P. to DJ Screw and stuff, you know, R.I.P. Pimp C, you know, Bun B, Trill Legend, and, you know, Scarface, everybody, you know, I just look at it like Lil Kiki and all those people, they contributed to the culture. And music is supposed to inspire. Hip-hop is not a subculture. Hip-hop is supposed to inspire. The day that it stops inspiring, that's when we got songs like I Got a Condo on My Wrist, I'm Cashing Out, and you know, everybody, you know, adapts to that. They're not too inspired by it. It's a dope song, and I'm not taking nothing away from that kid Cashing Out, because he's an incredible kid. I got to meet him, he's a dope guy, you know what I mean? But I can say, like, I'll ask people, what do you know about him? And they be like, who? Like, the song you fucking singing right now, what do you know about him? You know that nigga? I'm cashing out, got a condo on my wrist, bitch. That's all they care about. My people who support me can tell you everything about what I'm doing because they know what I'm fighting for. And that's really all it is. I'm fighting to be understood, and I want to get an understanding for my generation.